Hi, Argina here from ArginaOlivers.com. I have my glasses off today because if I put them on, I'll get a glare from the window, so whatever. I guess I don't need to see to do a video, right? So anyway, in today's video, we're going to talk about improving your books versus creating your books. I mean, I struggle with this because, you know, I really raise my standards as far as my books and what I put out, especially you know, for the ones that are selling well, you want to improve those first. So I had some few tips so you don't stop your production, but at the same time you get to improve your books. So here are some things that I've been doing because I'm in the process of improving them all so they can just be there and I don't have to keep going back and, you know, worrying about it in the back of your head. You're probably thinking, man, I really need to improve this book, but should I be creating more books at the same time? And it can get kind of crazy. So let me show you what I do to keep my mind right and just manage it, because, you know, I have over 40 books now in different niches and it gets kind of crazy. So this is what you can do. Okay, so improving your books versus creating. So what I did was I went through all my books, through all my pen names, and created a list. So get a notebook, piece of paper, and create a list of all your books, right? And just list them all down. And then after that, you want to make 3 columns, one for CreateSpace, one for Kindle, one for ACX. And you want to go through, and if you already improved some of them, just put the check mark by the edition that you improved. Like, was it Kindle, was it CreateSpace, whatever. So do that. If you want to create new covers and stuff like that, then that's fine, but you just want to make sure you know what you're doing. Let me put that covers. So all right, so you make those 3 columns, and then as you go along, I do 1 book a day. So in my planner I have 1 book I'm going to create a day. It's going to take me to like the end of November, you know, just to create all my books. But 1 a day I feel is manageable. You just want to focus on 1 a day, and I know you can manage that. So don't worry about the other books right now. They'll get approved in time. So you want to start with your best-selling books and get those you know, get those improved first. You can tell if the book needs improved if people are leaving comments like about the editing or anything, or you just know that it wasn't your best work and you want to go back and add more to it, make it longer, because longer books seem to be doing well now. So anything you know that you need to do, if you know it wasn't your best work, then you can go back and improve that still. And if anybody says anything in the reviews, then you can go back and address that as soon as possible and move that book up the list. So in my planner, I just wrote down by every single day, I just wrote down what book I'm going to be approving, so I don't have any question of what I should be doing. And it just takes a mental hassle off you always thinking about, I need to improve. And so just do 1 book a day. And some things you can improve are your keywords, your description, your covers, of course, categories. And you can get it proofread and, you know, updating the CreateSpace version. ACX, once it's there. But, you know, you can update the CreateSpace version, make a new cover for that as well, especially if you change the description. And usually my descriptions on Kindle, on my Kindle book, go on my back of my CreateSpace books. Like, my description is basically what goes on the back of the book. So get those done over, and just do, you know, research and find out how to really do keyword research so you can improve your rankings, find out how to make better descriptions and look at copywriting and stuff, and then you'll know exactly what to do when you're going to improve your book. So just focus on 1 a day and send it off to the cover designer or whatever, and just you know, as you get them back, just make the changes. So you can do that. Also, if you do it right the first time, then you don't have to make the same mistakes. Like, from the books I've published on out, I don't have time to be, you know, even though I have gone through books and I have sent them to editors and everything, and somebody always points out a mistake. And one time I went through the book again and sent it to the editor, it's only like 3 mistakes. I'm like, are you serious? But people get crazy with grammar and spelling mistakes and stuff. Not even spelling mistakes, but you know, just grammar mistakes and things like that, repeated words and things. So make sure you really go through and proofread again. Even if you think the book was good, you'll still get that person saying, hey, there was grammar mistakes in here. I mean, some of the books were like, when I first got started, I was just rushing and putting them out there, and then I went back and improved on, make sure there was no mistakes. But now just make sure there's no mistakes as soon as you put it out. So send it to an editor, look through it yourself twice or 3 times, and go from there. So that's what you can do to improve your book. And as far as creating, so you do want to still be creating and putting out new stuff because your readers are looking for new information. And what you want to do is write for an hour a day, and that's what I've been doing. My production is really slow because I haven't been outsourcing as much, except I'm still outsourcing some in my romance niche because I found this really great writer and she's doing a really good job. But you know, just don't settle for less. Get really good writers that she really looks over her work. There's really, you know, it just makes it easier for you if you're finding writers that are, you know, quality, that when you look at their first book, you can just see not only is it good, but she really went through and made sure there was no mistakes. On top of that, she always sends me a rough draft of what she's working on, and she's just really on point. So there are writers like that out there, and I actually found her, you know how people, you put your submission into Upwork. I actually found her because she only was charging $10, you know, I was paying $55, and she was only put a bid in for $10. Of course I paid her, you know, $55 once I got her work back, but don't discount people that are new, because she was new to Upwork and she's an amazing writer. So, you know, sometimes you want to give those people a try because they really want to get their score up. But sometimes it can be bad too. But I'm glad I found her. But I've been writing a lot of my own books lately and just going from there. So if you do it right the first time, you'll be fine. So write for an hour a day when you're creating. So you're improving one book and you're writing for an hour a day or more, depending on, you know, how hard you want to go. Even more will be better. So you can do that, write for an hour a day. So you're always creating and you're always, you know, making something new. Because, you know, it could take you months and months to improve your books, depending on how many you have. If you have a few, then this video is not really even for you because you just do that in like 3 days. But if you have like, you know, a significant amount of books like me, then you want to make sure, you know, it gets kind of confusing whether you should be improving or creating. You're like, I don't even want to put out any more books until I, you know, improve my other books, but you still should be creating. Maybe you can slow down your production a little bit and focus on improving a little bit more, but don't stop it completely because you want to keep putting out that new content. Okay, so when publishing, give it your all. Make sure you, like I said, make sure it's edited. Make sure you're putting those right keywords in there. So you know, don't be lazy when it comes to the keyword research. I know how it is. Just really put your all into it. Do the keyword research and make sure that your description is good, so you don't have to keep going back and doing that, and just go from there. And also make sure to be putting your books on pre-order. I have noticed an increase in sales from putting my books on pre-order and sending it to your list when it's on pre-order. And the last thing is, don't rush when creating. Don't rush it. Just, you know, write an hour a day, and however many words you can write an hour. I write about 1,000, so I'm writing about 1,000 words a day. You figure a $10,000 word book will take me about 10 days, and, you know, after everything else, and then put it on pre-order. But yeah, so that's basically it. Don't rush. Just keep creating. Write your words, or you can write by word count. 1,000 words a day is an option. So it all depends what your goals are. But those are some tips on improving versus creating your book, and really just the big deal about it, because I know I was dealing with that. Like, I kept thinking in the back of my mind, I really need to be improving instead of creating. But you can do both. Okay, you can do it all, just not all at once. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Do you have some strategies for this? What do? Do you just put your creation on hold while you're improving? Does that work for you? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.